Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and I want to talk to you about the surefire way to have overnight success. I got to kind of laugh about that because overnight success is a real thing, but there is a huge amount of preparation and work to get there. And so, as an entrepreneur, all of us, we say, wow, I just really hope that I can hit it and just really do good on this and everything, and things are going to be amazing. And, this is something that we dream of. But for young entrepreneurs, maybe what you don't know is that overnight success is the pinnacle of years and years of work. And so it doesn't just happen overnight. It happens, after some sort of period of time. Now, I'm trying to think of some of the successes that I've had. One of the successes that I had was, well, let's just go with some of the first entrepreneurial stuff I did. So one of the first things I did was I owned a computer store. And now, what I started out doing, though, was that I was repairing other people's computers, and I was getting paid for it. I was charging them for it. And then also I found sources of different pieces of hardware from different manufacturers. I got lucky. I lived in a town where we had a memory manufacturer, and so I was able to get stuff that was considered factory seconds. It tested good, but the printing on the chips would be like smeared and stuff like that, and so you couldn't tell what it was until you put it into a machine and you tested it. And so I was taking these factory seconds, I was getting them at a really good price, and I was selling them and making some good money. But what that all led to was, building a computer store and quitting my government job that I had. I've worked for the government twice. I was a bus driver for about 4 or 5 years, and I actually really enjoyed that. But this is while I was doing all this other computer stuff on the side, and then I decided I was going to open a computer store. And I did. And we had such success there. Huge amount of success. And to the point where it was completely overwhelming. And I would call that a great success. But what led up to it was multiple years of doing what I was doing right then. It's just I figured out the whole formula, and I kind of all packaged it together into a store and launched it. And, many people might look at it and say, well, they opened this store, and then next thing you know, there's a line of people every day at the door waiting to get in. Wow, what a great overnight success. So, some of the other things that I've done, which another thing I did really well at was the .com boom, and my buddy of mine and I, we put up websites, and we figured out how to draw traffic in, and we knew how to do sales. We referred a lot of sales back out, and it just, at kind of its peak, I was making $13,000, $14,000 a month clear, and he was making over $20,000 a month clear, just off of these websites that we were managing, where we were referring traffic to other people for sales. And it was awesome, and as far as the family was concerned, all of our friends and family, they're like, they put up these websites and look what they did. It's just like, bam, it just all came together, and they made all this money. We did make a lot of money. It was really great. But that's beside the point. The point is that we actually took like a year off of doing any other projects or anything, and him and I, for like a whole year, focused on figuring out Google and figuring out websites and conversion and how to redirect traffic to affiliate sales and everything, and how to draw these massive crowds in. And I can tell you that what appeared to everybody is just bam, out of nowhere we appear and we've got these websites up, and we're sucking in all this traffic and sending out all this business and everything. Everybody could have seen that as just an overnight success. It was very successful. It was really great. It was a lot of fun. But again, there was a hell of a lot of work that went into that. And I've had similar successes with, our retail sales that we do for video games, our sales and marketing and everything. And I've done, as high as, about $700,000 in sales a month on the video game stuff. And that really fluctuates all over the place. But, hitting those really high numbers and making a lot of money and everything, that took many years to get there. And then it didn't last forever, too. So sales like that right now, these days, the market has completely changed. And you got to figure out different ways to make money. Even though we're doing something similar, it's a completely different animal these days. So let me give another example. Something that I'm sure many of you are very aware of, and that is Pokémon Go. Now, Pokémon Go came out of nowhere. This application on our phone where everybody's going nuts, going everywhere, going into my backyard, going in. Magikarp spawn here. Yeah, it's nice. I catch them all the time from my living room. So the only problem is I run out of balls. I have to go get more balls all the time. So that's beside the point. So this application comes out of nowhere. Most people in the world have never heard of Pokemon before. They probably have their highest exposure ever right now. And people are like going, holy cow, they just came out of nowhere, and this mega success. And yeah, they're having mega success. But do you know they've been working on Pokemon stuff for 20 years? It's not an overnight success. It's everything that they learned. It's everything that they put together. They kept quiet about a lot of the development of stuff. They waited for appropriate times, and they got lucky. So this is the key to your overnight success. It's called luck. Doesn't it suck to hear that? Well, it's the truth. Because in order for you to be at the right place at the right time, there is luck involved, because you cannot control all of the environment around you. You can control yourself, you have some control over your environment, but not all of it. And so, as an entrepreneur, you'll commonly hear entrepreneurs say, no, it was just a lot of hard work and luck. And, and I really think that, somebody told me that entrepreneurs use luck a lot, and that it's actually statistically really high that entrepreneurs talk about luck more than other people. And when I realized that I'm one of those people, and that each one of those instances where I was super successful was an instance where, yeah, there was some skill involved, but there was also luck. And so I was able to, I kind of predict where the target's going to be, what I think is going to happen, and I launch it out there at the right time, and I get lucky. I hit bullseye. So, luck is involved too. So to sum everything up, an overnight success happens after a hell of a lot of hard work. Other people don't know this. You tell people all the time that, there is no such thing as overnight success. Well, there is. It's just, it follows a hell of a lot of hard work. So, as an entrepreneur, in order to have that success, you gotta be, unless you buy a lottery ticket, you gotta be somebody who's fully committed and going 100% for this stuff. And believing in what you can do, using your failures as a tool for wisdom to know what the right thing to do is when you're presented with new situations, and to see those new opportunities. So, now that you have a little bit of a different outlook on this, don't plan on overnight success. Plan on all of the hard work it takes to get to that moment of success. I'm Marky Dragon. Take care.